My little pony, my little pony.
Hello everyone and welcome to Bronyville. This is episode 31, recorded on November 19th, 2011. I am your host, Apple Cider. Hello everyone, nice to have you listening to the show. We have a great show ahead of us. First off, I want to go ahead and welcome my awesome, as always, co-host there, Chef Sandy.
Hello, hello.
Let's see, fun one that we got. We actually had to do a quick little switcheroos here for our guest for this week. So we actually were able, and super gracious for stepping in on this. We have Phoe from Equestria Daily. Hey, Phoe.
How you doing?
Doing pretty well. We've got things been going good over there on your end with the site and everything.
Yeah, you may have noticed my active involvement on the site has kind of been non-existent of late. Seth has pretty much completely retaken over the site while I'm getting ready to move across the country.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, I would see that taking up a lot of your time.
That one day you had your whole insurrection, I'm sure that he snuffed that out pretty quick.
Yeah, he wasn't happy with me for a long time after that.
Well, great to have you on. You can have your moment of glory here for a little bit while you're doing the move. So, since we have you on, we do have to go through. You've been on the show before, so we don't have to go through the full list of why you love everything. But we do still have to just check in on those things that you love. And I pretty much had to assume that the favorite character is the same. So, you're still a giant Lyra fan?
Yes, I am.
Or are you a Heartstrings fan? I'm not sure.
I decided to go with the solution that Heartstrings is her last name. I'm very disappointed with the initial reaction of the pony community and the types of fights that broke out over that. I think it's
a little silly.
It's not really what we should be concerning ourselves with.
What was that, sweetie? Repeat to yourself. It's just a show. I should really just relax. Is that what you're saying? We're going back to the MST3K mantra?
Yeah,
it's a very good mantra. It's just a little piece of molded plastic. I should really just relax.
It really just it works well not only for the My Little Pony show. It works pretty well for ours too. Just repeat to yourself. This is simply just a show. Just relax, guys. So yeah, very cool. So still a very the Lyra / Heartstrings fan. Matter of fact, I will go ahead and put Lyra Heartstrings in there. Just oh wow, and caps too. Tell you what, I like that better. Just do that on the show notes. Heartstrong.
I shout it from the rooftops. Yeah.
And just to go ahead, so I noticed a change here in favorite episodes, so I want to just chat about this real quick. What was your favorite one before, and what is this newcomer I see?
Well, I've always mentioned that my favorite episode tends to shift from week to week, and I don't remember what I said last time. It was probably Suited for Success. But I am really digging the Sisterhood Social. I know it's not a very popular episode for a lot of ponies because it's so slow compared to, like, say, Lesson Zero or any of the more popular episodes from season 1.
Well, it's a very it's a standard. It's kind of your standard plotline episode. It's not as much of a it doesn't progress in the usual beats. Or it does progress in the usual beats, whereas ones like Lesson Zero are kind of their own weird little microcosm of themselves. So I could see it in that kind of way. I mean, it's very much like the Rarity Dress episodes of that form, where it kind of it surprises you along the way, but it hits like usual beats, but in an interesting tone.
Yeah, I'm just a major fan of that style of episode, and of late I have begun carrying a second torch for Sweetie Belle.
Oh, man, I love.
She's climbed all the way up to second favorite pony.
To Sweetie Belle, that voice actress is the ability just to squeak every once in a while when she speaks is just amazing.
Yes, every time she does it, I clap my hooves together.
Yeah,
It's so adorable.
It's amazing. She's trying to beat Scootaloo for best CMC. She really is trying her best. All right. Well, super cool. Thank you for coming on here. So we are going to go. We have some show to talk about. We have to talk about, all this news that we've got coming out. We've got, a few fics from fans. We've got email. We've got one show about pets we need to talk about. So let's go ahead and dive right in. First thing, we've got two little notes. First, our sponsor, and then a special little thing coming up on our end. Hey, Chef, could you go ahead and lay down our sponsor real quick?
All right. So once again, we are sponsored by the fantastic folks over at We Love Fine. If you use our coupon code Bronyville10, you get 10% off purchases. And the votes are in for the We Love Fine My Little Pony Design Contest Season 2. So that will be announced really soon. We picked our favorites. So, we'll see what happens.
Votes are in. We've made our decision.
Yes. So it shall be. Also, so there's this note here that Bronyville limited edition buttons.
Yes.
Making 250 buttons.
Well, technically, let me go ahead and explain to this because
explain this. This is news to me.
I know. I'm explaining this to you. So technically, we are making a limited edition button packs. Actually, it's not going to be 250 buttons. It's going to be more on the line of 750 buttons, but they're all coming as 3 packs. What you're going to get is I am making 250 packs of these for you. It's going to feature a Bronyville button. It's going to feature both an apple cider and a Chef Sandy button. For $10, you get all 3 of those buttons with a donation to the site. And as I said, limited edition. I will not be reprinting these. The image is made by our super awesome friend Pixel Kitties, who is making this so we can make the money to go to BronyCon to interview the guests. We're doing this so we can actually ship Chef over here to the Bay Area to interview Jason the month afterwards in February. So we need your help to try and get to move us around the country to go ahead and do these conventions. So if you can donate $10 to us over there at the website at bronieshow.com, we're going to make sure you get these 3 special edition buttons. This does apply to the continental U.S. Because trying to ship international, as I have found out, is extremely taxing.
Difficult.
And also to add to this, we still do have some pony prize packages. So some of you who would donate the $10 actually are going to end up getting pony swag from it. So you actually are also part of just a random chance to get yourself some extra swag. You won't know until you get it. So please go over to the site, donate just $10. That's all I'm asking for to help me and Chef go around the country, interview, give you guys more content for the show. You're asking for it. Come on, stick up for it.
Yeah. And I hope the people that caught what you said just a little bit ago about California don't swerve off the road when they realize what you said.
Yes,
we'll keep that under wraps for now.
Just a little bit. There will be an interview coming up. We've already kind of set that up, but we'll let this BronyCon thing go first, and then we'll talk about that a little more.
Yeah,
so
because that's gonna be crazy.
Yup. And just to talk about We Love Fine real quick. Guess who's going to be going to BronyCon wearing a Magneto shirt? Me, wearing it right now.
Yeah, that's crazy. You did that on the marathon, and now you're wearing merchandise that you helped spawn.
I know. I created this meme.
He's so bad.
I know. It's my child. I've created this creation, this world-dominating creation.
You were also the one that ended up winning the Magneto custom.
Yep, it's sitting over there on my shelf, staring at the version of me that one of our friends of the show made. So we've had a epic month-long stare down at this point. I should put those pictures up. Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
So. Very cool. We got all that. So please donate. Please go over to our sponsor, We Love Fine. Check out BronyCon because we're going to be there. Oh, there's so much stuff. So we should go ahead and get to the news, Chef. What do we got?
Okay, this week there was there's more actual news. It's amazing. It's
Woohoo!
like there's a news segment. And so this is for our friends up in the Northwest. Emerald City Comic Con has Tara Strong coming out to it. Tara Strong, Twilight Sparkle. She's also done, about 100 other voices from your childhood. Also joining her with a voice actor for Wacko Warner from the Animaniacs, Pinky from Pinky and the Brain, Ironhide from Transform movies, and the voices of America's Funniest Home Videos and a couple others. By that they mean Rob Paulson and Jesse Harnell, so that's cool. So yeah, if you want to maybe get to see in person, not necessarily talk to, because it's kind of a big event. But hey, Tara Strong is going to be at Emerald City Comic Con.
Ooh, now I'm going through the list.
That is in Seattle, Washington on March 30th through April 1st, 2012.
Yeah, there are tons of guests. Now, this list just goes on and on. If you are a comic book fan, is that Deadpool? I like Deadpool. There are plenty of the PMP.
Wait,
PMV. Huh?
Brian Clevenger is listed as a special guest of Comic-Con?
That would be it.
Wow.
Why wouldn't he be?
Well, no, it's just like, wow, he's gone far. I just remember him for doing 8-bit theater, and now he's an Eisner Award-winning comic artist.
Atomic Robo is a really big thing.
Wow, I totally didn't know.
Yeah, the first 4 volumes. It's an amazing series. You should actually check into it.
Okay, well, I guess I will. I'd only know from that one webcomic, and there you go. Let's see, yeah, there's a ton of people. Scott Kurtz, he's a nice guy. I wouldn't be surprised if the PA guys show up there, because it's right in their area.
Yeah, they probably would do a walkthrough. I wouldn't be too surprised if those two ended up showing up, or at least walking through. So it's on their doorstep.
Chris Strom from
Yep. So yeah, looks like we got a ton of people. So if you like your Twilight Sparkle, or she's done plenty of other things. If you like your if you played the new Arkham City and you really like the Harley Quinn that they had in there, go ahead and check out Tara Strong. Go say hi.
She is a versatile VA.
She has done many a thing, not just Pony. So you don't have to be like, I only know you from My Little Pony. I'm sure that you've
not even true.
I'm sure you probably have heard her plenty of other places too. So, yeah, but there you go. Get yourself strong yourself up with Tara Strong.
What's funny is she's voicing the protagonist character in Lollipop Chainsaw, which is this crazy new Suda 51 game where she is a cheerleader with a chainsaw in a zombie-filled high school. And she's using the same Twilight Sparkle voice for this.
Oh, yes.
So I can only await the mashups that will come once that game comes out.
Knowing a little bit about that game, that's going to be I don't know if I'm more interested in the mashups of adding Twilight Sparkle's voice to the game or taking the game voice to Twilight Sparkle. I almost think taking sound clips of Twilight Sparkle and putting it in the weird, crazy zombie slaying game would almost be more interesting to me.
Yep.
So, all right.
Moving on.
Forward.
And again, to our friends in the Northwest, a little bit further north, but Daniel Ingram was also interviewed in the Vancouver Sun. Daniel Ingram, our pony song lord and master, as it were, basically did an interview in the Vancouver Sun that Derpy Hooves has linked the entirety of the text, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, if you want to read about part of what he does in his non-pony time, there are these people, they do things that are not pony. It's crazy.
Looks like it's a Bugs Bunny cartoon kind of symphony that he's got going on his end.
Which is really cool.
Yeah, it's still very much cartoon based, but he is helping out with doing some other actual full symphonies. So that's very cool, and they've got a full write up on that. I wonder if I do the word pony. I think the mention of My Little Pony is in there, but I think that's about as far as it goes. Yeah.
If you've watched Pound Puppies, Martha Speaks, or My Little Pony, you've heard his work.
Yes.
So, but yep, it's good to see that the guys that do the show we love are also getting recognition elsewhere for their other work. You know, they're not one-trick ponies.
Move on.
I'm sorry.
Come
Moving
on, that's reserved for me. Stop taking my tricks.
I'm taking your gerbs.
Oh, no. All right. So what do we got next?
Lauren, Word of Gods, the Luna's banishment. So it's kind of funny, and I feel kind of bad for Lauren sometimes because she gets the most random and inane questions posed to her by fans that really sometimes are inappropriate and sometimes are just really out there. You know, I feel bad for her, but she did create the show, so everyone automatically assumes that she has the reason for everything already laid out. She has my respect for dealing with as many people as she does. Basically, someone asked her a question regarding what the deal was with Nightmare Moon.
Specifically, kind of what was happening with when Luna was banished. What was the kind of the stipulations of how that happened? Was it literally Luna up there in the moon, or was it Nightmare Moon? You know, what the entire, how all of that came out. And
yeah.
It sounds like that she kind of said, now listen, this is the way that I had it laid out. No promise that this is how the show will end up going with it, but how did she kind of explain it, Chef?
Yeah, it's so this is how I had it worked out. Nightmare Moon did not just intend to make eternal light, but to usher in an era of evil. Celestia had a responsibility to her people to protect them. Not many viewers noticed, but the narration in the opening of the pilot said that Celestia banished her reluctantly. She didn't want to do it, but she had to. Luna was no longer present. Jealousy buried her inside Nightmare Moon. The possibility of drawing Luna's goodness out of Nightmare Moon's form was not possible for 1,000 years. She stayed Nightmare Moon while in the moon, and Celestia did what she could to orchestrate the events that led to the breaking of the spell Jealousy had put on her. I know this leads to many more questions. Why 1,000 years to break the spell? Why didn't Celestia do more? Why Twilight and the gang, etc.? But that's as far as I ever got with it. Hope that helps. Don't take it as canon, though. The folks that are carrying the show may have a different way of it unfolding it someday. So, basically, if you take the creator's word as word of God, that's the deal with Luna on the moon.
Sad Luna on moon does not exist. Only
Sad
Mad Luna.
Yes, Sad Luna on the moon has been destroyed.
Or at least by Lauren Faust. No, Luna was not sitting up there for 1,000 years crying to herself.
No. And,
a bunch of fanfics under the pile of broken dreams.
Oh, well. So you're going to say that tearjerker image of Luna writing a journal set from when she's on the moon for the first year, and she's like, it's been a whole year, surely I'll be let off, and it's like, oh, that's not true, guys, sorry.
Yeah, and I always kind of assumed that this was like the way that it was, that, that Luna had turned into Nightmare Moon, that Celestia just went, okay, I have to take care of this. She's gone nutso. So just, send her to the moon in the cannon, and,
with her bananas.
With her banana cannon, and then go ahead and and then 1,000 years later, she ends up finding a way to break out because the stars do something, and then the entire plot of the first episodes are there. So,
but I mean, it also says that Celestia did what she could and orchestrated events to make it happen. So.
I still say, in my fanon head, and it's time for me to give my ideas out there. I still think that Discord did something to Luna to plant the seeds that caused her to turn into the Nightmare Moon. That's my thoughts.
That's probably a reasonable statement.
Mm-hmm. So that's there you go. There's your plot ideas, sons. So
could easily see that working out.
Mm-hmm. So, all right, that's a good one. Fun to kind of know the past history. I know everybody's changing their fanon as they go, and as said, it's simply just what Lauren says. She is, our to some degree Lord and Master, but things may change for the show. So, moving on. What do we got? More news.
Okay, so this right here, last week when we were telling everybody to not panic, please don't panic.
Panic.
Like a day later, that was on the 11th of November, so that was a Friday. Or no, that was a Tuesday. Am I right? Am I wrong? Sweet Celestia.
The 11th was a Friday.
Listen, Chef, I'm still on the edge of panic here. Come on, let's move forward. Okay, what's going on?
So Jason said it before we did.
Okay.
But I hadn't seen his tweet until basically it got posted up on Equestria Daily. Basically we were like, just chill out, let the people working on the show worry about it. Let's just enjoy the ponies. And someone, NT87 tweeted at him, said, I've read some foreboding news about the future of Friendship is Magic. Staff leavings, a shortened third season. Can you shed any light? And he replies, people should spend less time worrying about the future of the show and enjoy the present. Let us take care of its future. Hey, what do you know? We said the same bloody thing. Crazy how that works.
Chef, I still reserve that I'm going to panic. He didn't say it's fixed.
Gonna banish you to the moon.
No, I don't even like bananas. Wait, no, I'm not answering this question about bananas.
You don't like bananas?
No, I didn't answer that question.
You won't find any.
No, all right.
Insert on the moon. Yep. I can't yell like that. And it would destroy everyone's speakers. Let's not do that.
So yeah, looks like and let us state, we are not trying to incite panic. In fact, we are trying to unincite panic, whatever that word would be.
As I said, even if 13 of season 3 is the end, there's still a lot of pony left. But I don't think that will be the case. So just chill out and enjoy the show. Like today's episode, which is amazing.
All right.
But we'll get to that in a minute.
As long as Jason is running the show with in good hooves, you should just trust
Yes.
Yes, they
trust
have not.
The staff to know what they're doing.
They have not led us astray
yet. Not us wrong yet.
Yep. All right.
By the way, you should use the word assuage when referring to.
Ooh, I don't.
Yeah, that's a fun word.
I don't even know how to spell that. Friendship is assuage.
Oh, it's too. Anyways, moving on. Oh, I see you and your Appalachian education.
What?
You learned you some books.
I don't know. I'm feeling all assuage right now.
Oh, God. All right, moving on. So there's now another round of blind bag ponies, which we will never ever see in stores in the U.S. Apparently, the individual blind bags, at least. I'm only hoping that they will make a 12-pack like they did out of this last set. There's 14 of them. Several, and there's actually male ponies this time. They're all a single mold, but there's orange guy, there's a caramel, a Big Mac, blues, and there's one other one. Oh, there's a brown boy with, I think, brown hair.
Let's see. There's an uncle. Let's see. There's a neon yellow boy, blue eyes, blue boy, orange eyes. So there's some selections inside of there. There's some unidentifieds that I'm sure names will be attached to.
Wait a minute. Neon yellow boy, blue eyes, peach orange. Wrong eye color for Uncle Orange. I might be able to make a Chef Sandy mini with one of those yellow ones.
Oh no. We're rolling 8. All right, where's a red male with blue eyes?
There was a Big Macintosh.
Yep, there's a Big Mac.
So that's cool. And apparently there's a
There's that character there with the magic wand and the moon and the
then Colgate and let's see.
There's that Trixie character.
Yeah, Trixie. I mean, who likes that?
Yeah.
No one I know.
And some one-off where, some guy just really likes her too much. I don't know.
Never going to show up again.
Unless she shows up next week.
In which case she shows up next week.
Unless she doesn't. We'll find out. And the last link is just adorable. It is not really like news. It is a link to the My Little Chubbies Tumblr. And the link is titled Fustro Daw.
I didn't know about this Tumblr until you posted it. Oh wow, and they actually have one for this episode.
Yes.
Go check that out. I had no clue what this was about, and I love the Tumblrs, and this is adorable.
It is toxically cute.
Starry Night and I spent a whole 30 minutes last night just going through the archives.
Yeah.
And just the silly stuff on this. It's great. Let's go, Tank! All right, that looks good. That is the news. Plenty of it this week. Not a slow week for sure, so there we go, moving forward on that. So thank you, Chef. Let's go ahead and move forward a little bit. We got books, fanfic suggestions, which, I think we can, we'll go ahead and let Chef, explain his for this week.
Oh, my book?
Yeah, your books.
I'm sorry, I cannot enter reading this week. All of my fic reading time has been taken, by Skyrim.
Yes. So, I did not do any fic reading myself, but I did go through the emails and picked up a few selections here from Cheval Wolf, who's one of our regular listeners. He would like to suggest A Drop of Moonshine, which is a comedy random where Luna makes moonshine. My Time Among Clothes Hangers, which is a ship fic with 2 background ponies. Let's see. And Alone Not Lonely, romance, sad comedy, slice of life. Where Twilight finds a sad pony and tries to teach friendship. I wonder if I've done those before. I may have. However, Phoe, you've added one here, and wow, I don't even know how to say that.
Yeah, don't look at me. I can't pronounce Gaelic. It's a sequel to
Aaron Lud.
Yeah, that thing, which I also can't pronounce.
Yeah, it's like Arden Lud, and then Chue Goldieu. I'm sorry, I've probably mangled that beyond repair.
Arden Lud. These aren't real words. Somebody, you know what? This is just as much of a word as Assuage.
Actually, Arden Lud is it's Gaelic for, I believe, moon love. Or love from the moon, or something of that nature.
Moon love. That sounds like a pony name.
It's I think that's appropriate, considering it's about a man finding himself in Equestria as, for lack of a better word, Luna's pet. I always thought that this was the single human in Equestria story that was actually worth reading. Pride always put a lot of effort into his words, and then he wrote a 95,000 word sequel, and I've been slowly working my way through it, and I'm enjoying it. So now I'm suggesting it to you.
And I'm really glad to see
I had a fanfic this time. Hooray!
Yay! I'm really glad that he brought the story back and he's still writing, because I know for a time he just went completely dark, and now he wrote a story again. It's great. We like it when authors stick around.
You don't gotta go dark. Just put on a happy face. So, very cool. That is our fic suggestions for the week. Of course, you can always go and check that out over at bronyshow.com. You can go and just look at the show notes, which has all the news links and books and everything like that. So let's see, that moves us towards topic time. You know what, Phoe, I didn't check with you. Is there any topics that you want to talk about before we get to the episode, or are we going to just run straight into it?
I don't think there's a whole lot that I could really say that would be more interesting in the episode.
All right, well, let me do this. I am going to go pull up a wiki page. That way I can make sure that I you're not missing anything with this episode because it was early enough that I saw it. I've only been able to see it once. I know Sheffers there has been able to see it twice.
Yep.
So the episode is May the Best Pet Win. The writer for the show is Charlotte Fullerton, which, if I'm correct, I believe also did Bird in the Hoof and Suited for Success. So, hey, those were, there you go, two of the ones. And also Look Before You Sleep. So we have kind of a track record there. So May the Best Pet Win aired today. Let's see. So I've got the synopses already written by the good friends over there at the Friendship is Magic Wiki, so I can just kind of glide along with this. So let's go ahead and get overall impressions. We'll go ahead and start with Phoe. Phoe, how do you feel about this episode?
Actually, haven't seen it yet.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
We're not going to spoil it.
I was just about to sit down and watch it when you guys popped up and needed an emergency guest. So.
Oh, no. Do we need to take a pause so that way you can go watch it?
No, don't worry about it. I'll just...
Okay, so...
I wind just incidentally reading through emails, wind up getting so many aspects of things spoiled for me anyway that it doesn't really... I just wasn't fast enough this week.
Oh, I feel sad now. Like we're gonna be terrible people here, Chef. We're gonna ruin it all.
We're just having one of those Saturdays.
I've already heard the song.
Oh, okay. Well,
that's good.
Well, she already has everything then. So, all right. So let's go ahead. Let's do, Chef. What is your feelings about the episode?
I thought it was great.
You would.
I would, because it's a Rainbow Dash episode with her being, slightly mean and pushy and,
such a
driving
jerk.
the poor creatures on because she has such high standards for a, pet that can keep up with her is her goal. And so she has to go through a whole bunch of trials with several different pets. And there's a great song, I like it, and I want to know where it's from. It's very Broadway, and I don't know where it's from.
Which Sondheim it comes from.
Yep.
Let's see. So let's go ahead and... Yeah, I think it was I think it was a good episode. I was trying to kind of pin... It's not on my top tier. I'd actually have to see it again to kind of figure out if it's on my next tier or the one below it. But kind of looking over some of the other episodes, where would I put it in my entire the level of which I feel the episode, how fun it is? Let's see. You know what? I'll put it in the same category as, let's see, which ones have she done before? You know what? Bird in the Hoof. That was another one that Miss Fullerton has done. And, I think that was a solid episode, fun, dealt with pets as well. And, it's very much in that same vein. So it's kind of mid-tier. It's a fun one. It has some good bits to it. So, let's see. I'll just go through a little of the bits and the pieces of this. I think it is great that they actually kind of solidified some of the other pets as they did at the beginning of the episode, because it's good to know that Winona and Owlicious are not one-offs at this point.
And Angel was still around, and Gummy as well. Gummy was attached to Pinky's head like a brain slug, which was funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and all the other pets. And Fluttershy apparently runs an animal preserve on her farm, I guess.
Pretty much.
She's like, she had a seal. Why does a pony have a seal? Where is the ocean from here?
Who cares? Seals are adorable.
Can jump 10 feet in the air.
This is ponies. Doesn't have to make sense. But yeah, Equestria is a dangerous place. Let me tell you. You've got quarry eels and massive brambly canyons that you get rocks fall on you if you're not careful. Equestria is a dangerous place.
Especially if you decide to race in places that Well, we're going to do this race. It's not dangerous. I've never done it before, but it can't be, you know. Let's see. So looking over, Rainbow Dash, everybody, she goes for a look for her pet. Of course, there is that tortoise, stated several times it is a tortoise, not a turtle. And let's see, so just trying out a whole bunch of different pets. Of course, she discounts the tortoise over and over because it's not slow. It's slow and not very cool, which is one of the important aspects. Let's see, gets down to the final leg. Let's see, what were some of the fun bits? Things that you may not have known noticed during your first watch. Let's go ahead and state one that I didn't know until it was brought up earlier. There is a Derpy Hooves in this episode. You have to be very observant.
Yes.
Where can you find her?
She is in the chicken coop at 7 minutes into the show. It's the tail end of the song, and she appears for 1 second.
Just pops her head out right out of the chicken coop. So get a little look there. You can see them just randomly having Derpy pop her head out of the chicken coop.
And it's funny because, you know, on an episode that has absolutely no background ponies, they still manage to stick Derpy in.
Of course they do, because she is best background pony. As another little... Or go ahead. Oh, wait, I didn't say that out loud, Phoe.
What?
Broke my heart.
I'm sorry, Phoe. I'm sorry I broke your heart. In truth, I believe Derpy Hooves is good. My best background pony is always going to be Vinyl Scratch, though. The Lyra's in... You know what? I'll put Lyra in the top 3. Is that acceptable?
I'll let it go this time.
Okay. And don't let Trixie hear that, because she got on to me on Twitter, and she's going to just destroy me for saying that. And let's see. So the other little fanon thing inside of here, I know that in the figurines, the first line of figurines, Rainbow Dash actually did have a turtle / tortoise as her pet, and everybody had named the pet Speedy, because it's just a funny thing to call your turtle. And they actually have given the turtle a different name. The turtle this time is Tank.
Yep.
And then we can also go ahead and just go with the entire idea that the society lives in this crazy, weird Magitech steampunk world with what happens at the end.
Well, you know, Twilight has her downstairs lab, you know, that has technology in it, so clearly it's not, you know, out of the question that they have other such things. They have refrigerators that run on magic, apparently. They have ovens that apparently are electric.
Yeah, let's see. The Flight of the Valkyries. Let's see. I'm going just through some of the comments. Yeah, you know, it was a good episode. It had way too much Rainbow Dash for me, but
and not nearly enough Twilight Sparkle.
Not nearly
right?
enough. She just shows up maybe just to say a few lines. I mean, come on. What's up
Drop
with that?
some big word, you know.
Assuage. I don't know.
No, tenacity.
What?
She says tenacity and Dash says gesundheit.
So there you go. Yeah, I think it was overall a good episode. I don't know, you know, I just having Phoe here, I don't want to spoil it because there were some really good points. I just think it was a good episode. She needs to totally go see it. I do agree that the musical number was really, really fun. It is good to see. It feels very much like the big high music that Daniel's been putting into the show. That we've all kind of been waiting for. So and I like that style. I like the conversational kind of like you know, back and forth. It's a very fun way to do. I like that kind of bit of music. And her just pulling out all these different types of animals, just like. As a matter of fact, the scene right before that where Rainbow Dash is just like, maybe I should get an animal, and Fluttershy is like that on her. Like picking her up and dragging her away, you know, just right on the ground, like, oh, I have animals. Let me show you.
There's so many animals.
You will get a pet now. Oh, all right, Fluttershy. So, yeah, it's a good episode. I think it sits right there, about in the middle of my my suggestion, or how I feel about it. The only thing I've got to bear through. I've got to bear through one more Rainbow Dash episode, and then we're all in the clear for the rest of the season, I believe.
That you know of.
Yeah, that I'm aware of at this point.
Then there's a
We've got
Spike
less than half the episodes revealed, so we don't know.
You know what? I'm looking forward to the Spike episode. So I think I really do want to see that Spike episode, because I think that he and Applejack, as I've said, need their times in the sun. So that needs to happen.
I question if Spike can function as a focus character.
I think he can. You just need to develop him more. You just it's just kind of like Applejack at this point needs to kind of be a focus character, but she really hasn't gotten that point. So she just kind of goes around and just be like, I like apples and I farm and I am very, very honest, and that's... And
she has a creepily prehensile tail.
Mm-hmm. Well, they all do. Rarity even has a tail that can hold boxes. So, all of their tails can do very bizarre things that tails normally shouldn't do. Apple Bloom being able to be a helicopter.
That was so silly.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, I like Spike, because Spike just kind of exists as the secondary character, but he's got enough snarkiness to him. Like one of the favorite parts of Lesson 0 was all the points where he was just trying to tell Twilight to just knock it off. Just like, stop obsessing about this, you crazy woman. Just cool down and everything will take care of itself. But of course, she didn't.
That's Spike's best style of role, is when he's able to play off of a pony and then kind of hold a mirror up to their behavior.
Mm-hmm. So
that's kind of his purpose in the show. You remember, not to talk bad about old episodes, but All's Well That Ends Well, generally, that was Spike's first moment in the sun. Generally not considered a strong episode. I continue to question whether or not he's comfortable in that role without ponies to play the straight man for.
Well, I'm sure there'll be ponies at least on the flank with that. I did think All's Well That Ends Well had its problems. But I think there was enough fun bits to it. I think it's the one. Well, okay. So your statement is that he needs someone else there to kind of to play off of for him to be at his finest.
Yeah, like the best moment in All's Well That Ends Well is when he's trying to get a quill from Pinkie Pie.
I don't know. I kind of do like the fact there is a shop that is simply quills and sofas.
Well, that was good too. But...
That's the only two things you sell. What a bizarre shop. But yeah, I think it's all dependent on how they do with the writing. I like the idea that they have with that. So, I look forward to it. I think that Spike, he's not as even though he's like younger than Twilight, he's not as like naive as Twilight is, which is kind of interesting, but he's still snarky. So that's the fun pairing that I have with that and the whole, I guess, really liking very pretty mares. However, anyway, I think that probably wraps up the episode discussion on that. Unless either of you have something more to add in about May the Best Pet Win.
Not really. It's a fun episode. I liked it.
You would.
Yeah, I would. I'm obviously biased, and I admit that. But it's a cute episode of ponies. Oh shoot!
Yeah, really sell it right there with that yawn.
No, I was up really late last night and was like, I still had to wake up early for ponies because I, wake up in time to see both airings of the show, and
such a hard life for you.
Oh,
Chef.
I know. Up late playing Skyrim. Then waking up to have to watch ponies. I mean, first world problems sure are tough.
I've started posting. This is a completely aside, but I've started posting on Twitter herd world problems, and that's actually been really fun. How do I lift this glass? Or I've got to go exercise so I can go make the leaves fall. It's just like these are terrible problems to live in Equestria. So. All right, moving forward on that. So, thank you. So that's that's your episode this week. We've got more. What's next week's episode? Let me pull up the synopsis.
The Mysterious Mare Duel.
Yes, more Rainbow Dash, more awesomeness. It sounds like
apparently there is some pony in town that is stealing her thunder. What that means is up for grabs.
In before it's Derpy.
That would be great. And before it's Lyra.
Or
I think I just made Phoe explode. Just like, haha. If it was Lyra, how fun would that be, huh?
That would be incredibly fun.
Or just
She would be the bountiest superhero ever.
Or even better, just have it be Bon Bon and Lyra's just like, huh? What? Huh? All right. Well, it looks good, so we'll take care of that one next week. So let's go ahead and move forward on this episode. We have our awesome mailbag, which is full of mail that you guys send us over at bronyville@gmail.com. Thanks you guys for sending these in, because it fills our show, and we always like responding to some of this. I shall start first, as usual, then Chef, then our great guest Phoe. So let me go ahead and hit the first one by Jim. Dear Apple Cider and Chef Sandy, I wanted to say that I love your show. It's probably the most professional sounding MLP fan show I've heard. It doesn't hurt that you ponies are so cool and fun too. May I know what recording gear / microphones you use for recording? Everything sounds so clean compared to other shows. All right, well, let's see. Man, now I've got to actually look at the gear that I have. We have upgraded our gear. I used to send everything pretty much through a USB mixer with two. Okay, so my old setup was 2 laptops, both of them feeding audio into a USB Alesis Multimix USB mixer. This is very inside baseball. But right now I've got 2 of these USB mobile pre-M audio devices feeding into a mixer, then feeding into a recorder. If you want to actually see what the setup is like, what I would actually suggest is go to the Stack Overflow podcast. That's the model that I based all of our current equipment on. Go check out their how they podcast article at this point. Which is pretty close, where it's got the 2M audio mobile pre-devices, this mixer, and then the recording device, which I had to make a Zoom R16. So that's kind of a little extra for all you guys. But if you want to, I might even do a little bit of research and put a link to that in the show notes. So there you go. Shiffers, you want to go ahead and hit the next, or what do you have on your end? I think I still have to send you a mic.
I have a Logitech USB microphone from a Xbox 360 Rock Band kit. I'm high tech.
What?
Yep, yeah. Just so you know, podcasting doesn't have to be done on super cool equipment. I'm the one that has all the super fun equipment.
Oh, well, don't get me wrong. The super good equipment helps our sound quality. Microphone quality, Logitech does make some decent stuff. It just happens to be a USB microphone that comes from Rock Band.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have a Rock Band kit. The guitars are off in the corner collecting dust, but this mic sure has been handy.
Oh my goodness, this completely changed my mental picture of how this show works. That's adorable.
and it's you do have, and because I do pull up Chef and Phoe here are both going through Skype. There's a little bit of distortion, a little bit of of change to that. So there's nothing we can really do on that unless he was in person. The two of them were in person. But that he has his adorable little rock band microphone.
You really should send me that snowball you have, so I'll sound even better.
I need to find where it is. It's hiding somewhere in this apartment after our move, so I have to seek out that snowball microphone. So, all right, that Gazette. I've included the link there in the email. So, Jim, if you want to go check out the recording gear and equipment that we use, the microphone. These microphones are just really basic. Dynamic microphones. So they're just probably $25 on Amazon. I have Amazon Prime, so I ship everything off of that.
Yeah, and another reason that it sounds like it does is we have been doing this for a while, and by a while I mean years. So not this show, but other shows. So we have plenty of experience in making the sometimes questionable quality sound really good.
Yeah, and nothing also to also give the shout out to M, who does a lot of our post production, because he makes us sound even better than we really do.
Yeah, M is our hero, and all praise to M.
Glory be to M, who we are trying to get to come to BronyCon as well. So you'll be able to thank him in person for making our show sound so good.
Yep.
Also, another reason our show sounds so good, we don't sit on topics too long. So, Chef, what's our next email?
All right. Well, howdy, ponies. It's right there on the emails. I've been off the busy as of late, and I couldn't send my favorite equestrian podcasters an email the past couple of episodes. But I'm going to try and send something in as often as I'm able, and this week I've got some more news from the home front. I've been noticing a whole bunch of pony references out and about, like in a video that went up on YouTube yesterday. Game Chap and Birdie have a Minecraft subs battle every few days, and one of the teams on it was called the Apples, with their queen Applejack. I looked at the comments, and it didn't seem as if anyone had noticed yet. I also cited a 20% cooler t-shirt worn by a guy at my school. I didn't really know him, but I couldn't resist going up to him and saying, "Brohoof?" To which he replied by only smiling and completing said motion. There was also a guy in my tutorial the other day who started whistling the winter wrap-up song. When he stopped whistling, I picked up where he left off. I've also gotten in contact with bronies all over, some as close as being only 20 minutes away. A guy in the IRC lives about 20 minutes away, and another is living right around the block from a friend of mine that goes to the same college. I talked with Tiff Floyd on DA about World War II art that I might try to make some pony renditions of, and then we kind of nerded out over history stuff. I love me some history. Otherwise, it's been a pretty dry as far as pony settings go, but I'm sure I'll see some more in the coming weeks. Well, that's me finished for now. Good luck, guys. Keep up the awesome work, and as always, God save the Queen. Jazzy Hooves.
By the way, Jazzy Hooves, I don't consider that dry in pony sightings. That's pretty bountiful. That's pretty cup flow of over territory there.
It's like there's people at your school wearing the shirts, and so, I mean, that's pretty bold on that guy's part.
There's people whistling winter wrap up in public, and kind of that's I think that's better than most are doing in their respective areas. So, but hey, keep us informed on that. If it looks like that, you're just a magnet you're a pony magnet, a magnet pony, maybe a magneto.
Yes. All right.
Keep going there.
Yeah. I didn't even see that coming, and then it kind of steered itself right back to it. Okay, let's see. Phoe, would you like to take the next one?
Sure. Hey, Bronyville, Gentle Stallions, guests, and Starry Night, should you be lurking about? Well, what do you know? I actually managed to steal enough time to listen to your latest episode on Wednesday for a change. Still loving every minute of it, especially when you run your round robin on the email. What's this? The little flubs and omissions when you're reading through the week's stack has an oddly endearing quality to it. Seriously, he means it. Even more when you're given a message as roughly worded. However, this one isn't, so let's see how well you do. Yes, I'm keeping score. Insert the troll face of your choice here. Oh, thank you so much. Enough of these games, time for some scatterbrain rambling. In episode 30, you read a message from a listener who stated she discovered FIM when the super conservative mother, that's in quotation marks, of her 3-year-old niece declared MLP to be quote-unquote bad with no explanation. After hearing that particular tale, I started wondering if conservatives would be so quick to pan a show with the type of positive, relatable messages Friendship is Magic offers, should they manage to put aside the stigma of the previous generations, watch an episode or two. Not so sure about the English on that one. Sorry, that was mean. I mean, for those who prefer to wave a flag of value, what's not to love? I'm certain that most of us remember the knee-jerk reaction to bronies by Fox's Red Eye crew and other such jabs from different groups, but the fact remains that the research was, parentheses barely, and parentheses done, on the fandom and not the show itself. What do you suppose the reaction would be if those who are so quick to dismiss Bronyville took the time to watch Friendship is Magic? Would we see the herd swell to greater numbers, or factoring in human nature, would there be a greater influx of critics who would go out of their way to find non-existent problems with Friendship is Magic just to defend their initial stances? Thoughts? Keep up the good work. WTF HIW. That's a long one.
What the flank have I written? So that's
okay.
Yep, that's who that is. We actually have a little bit of talk to do on this because and we can just touch on it just a little bit. We did have at least one pony kind of say that last week we might have had a particular stance on conservatives and things like that. Nothing against, you can have whatever your stance are. We're completely neutral guys. So, you can think what you think, believe what you believe, This is a show about multicolored ponies. We're not pulling that kind of stuff into it.
Yeah.
Any digs are completely just off the cuff. So,
And just to add to that, though, anybody who will just say, it's bad, it's wrong, it's terrible, I don't like it, without giving it a shot, that person's wrong. And it doesn't matter really for a lot of things. For something as benign as a television show, if you don't want to watch it, that's okay, but don't make a value judgment on it until you have seen it.
Yeah, closed-mindedness is not a very good value for anyone to have at all. And
there are shows that I'm not a fan of. I don't really like Dexter. I mean, obviously, that shouldn't surprise anybody with my previous statements regarding Grimdark and Gorefix. But it's like, I did give it a shot. And I just say, I don't like it. If you like it, go ahead. I'm not going to watch it. And that's how, on my end, I like ponies a lot. I'm doing this show. My other half does not. But because we're adults, we can go, that's okay. And that's really the way. It's like, you have to be mature enough to be like, all right, give it a shot. If you don't like it, but don't rag on people that do. I mean, obviously, I'm not a fan of reality television, but some people really like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's their thing. I like what I like. You like what you like. Let's all be adults, please. I'm sounding so reasonable, I know.
I know. Phoe, what's your feelings on controversial topics?
My feelings on controversial topics? Any controversial topics or this one in particular?
Sure, any. All. This one.
We're putting her on the spot.
I
know.
I was trying to come up with some sort of clever controversial topic to have a stance on. I know the human being and fish can coexist peacefully.
Oh, no! I hate fish. All right, so no,
as far as this particular, I mean, I'm really inclined to agree with what's already been said. The way that mature adults respond to things like this is by doing the research, by looking into stuff, and then forming an informed opinion on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then not giving people a lot of trouble for.
Yeah, there's
There's
closed-mindedness on any side of the spectrum. Conservative, liberal, or whatever your stance is, there can be closed-mindedness no matter which way you turn. So,
And just to turn the mirror around for a second, while we're knocking people for judging the show without trying it, we do need to, as bronies, be sensitive to the fact that there will be people who don't like the show.
Mm-hmm.
and that they're allowed to do that. I've heard so many stories of people forcing their friends to become bronies. You know, tying people to, not literally, I hope, but tying people to chairs and sitting them down and taping their eyes open until they've seen all of season 1. Because because the attitude is taken that it's not okay that their friends don't like what they like. And that's not the right attitude either.
Yeah,
They need to...
Oh, go ahead.
They need to let us like ponies, and we need to let them not like ponies.
We had an email, actually, that didn't get into this show that was someone like, how do I force my friends to like ponies? And the answer is you don't.
Yeah,
people will come to the show if they like it or not. We don't have to evangelize ponies. It's out there. If people want to find it, they will find it. And they're welcome to come join the herd, as it were. But forcing ponies everywhere, everyone must watch, that only pushes people away. And it causes friction where there really doesn't need to be any.
Now, granted, I'm going to turn the mirror right back.
We're just flipping that thing around.
It's one of those ones on the center hinges, so you can just kind of keep going at it. But I will admit that I have a coworker who knows that that I'm doing this pony thing. Doesn't get it at all. He's like, I don't even think it's a good show. So it's just like. He's completely just like, oh, God, stupid ponies. Well, so I've taken to every single day, I get some of those pocket ponies, and I carefully take it, and I take one pony from it, and I cut it out, and I make sure that there's no lines, and I hide it in his cubicle. So some point during the day, he's going to find a pastel-colored pony somewhere at his desk. He doesn't know where. I don't think he's come back to work yet, but he's got two ponies. Rose and another pony are both hiding on his desk somewhere, and I'm going to just hide one a week once he finds out, just somewhere. I'm pony trolling him. What can I admit it's too fun.
But you're doing it from a sense of fun and teasing, not you are bad for not liking pony.
I think it's silly that he's closed-minded about it, because I can tell he's one of those. He's like, I don't even think it's a good show. Just like he had a formed opinion that he wasn't going to like it, and then probably watched a YouTube clip and it didn't pour gold at him. So it was just like he's simply not going to like it. But since he is close enough of a friend, I feel like I control him with that constantly. And he'd be like, oh, God. But, just he'd take it lightheartedly enough and wouldn't think that I'm just trying to, convert him over or anything. So.
Okay.
Yep. Let me go ahead and move forward. Let's see. Let me check. I'm trying to figure out where the beginning and end of this one is. Yo, bronies. First and foremost, I'm sure you all hear this all the time. Love the show. Secondly, greetings from Baltimore. One quick question, then I'll leave y'all alone. What's the deal with this best pony malarkey I keep hearing about? Keep rocking, bronies. Speed Shift, the Forza 4 racer, and leader of the Blank Flank Car Club on said game. P.S. All ponies are best, pony. End of discussion once and for all. We just do it because it's funny.
Pretty much.
I don't believe... You know what? I like Rainbow Dash, even though I keep poking fun at Chef Sandy that, he likes Rainbow Dash.
And I think Twilight's a fantastic character. So, there you go. Oh my gosh, we've just said that the other pony is good. Oh my gosh, all the ponies are good.
But Twilight Sparkle
one pony
is best.
Doesn't make other pony bad.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
everyone has their own favorite.
Best pony conversations are endless hours of entertainment.
Yes, because everyone can think of a reason why everyone is the best pony. Except
I don't.
Then of course I think about except for Applejack. Poor Applejack.
Hey, there's still definitely Applejack fans out there.
I'm kidding, but I gotta just say that I had to toss something out there.
I didn't get the joke. I'm sorry. I didn't get the joke.
It's
okay. I think Too easy to target.
Yep. See, did you see what I did with the emails this week, AC?
What did you do?
Did you see which emails you got?
Did I get all? I got all the ones that made me apologize for being a terrible person.
They're just short.
Oh,
that's just how they've
landed in jerk face. I see. I was actually wondering. I'm like, wow, we're making Phoe talk a lot, and I'm like, oh, You can't. You know what, Chef Sandy? You can't silence me. You can't put me down. Don't be closed-minded. Don't be Assuage.
You and your mastery of English. All right. Well, onward to the next email, which is actually fairly decently long. Hello there, Apple Cider, Chef Sandy, and the great and powerful guest of honor, whoever he, she, it, Zerg may be. It's Phoe. Hi, Phoe.
Hey, Zerg.
All right there, Bronyville. I have some words to share with you. First off, I'd like to thank you once again for giving my story, My Little Dashie, a shout-out in episode 25. I got a kick out of AC's overly dramatic, it's so sad. Now, I know you guys like Brony stories, so I got one. I'm not sure if it's funny or whatever, but it pertained to you fellows. Well, mostly Sandy. After I listened to your episode 25, I was instantly hooked. So over the course of 2 weeks, I have been downloading your episodes and throwing them into my MP3 player to listen to while I work. I deliver newspapers, and I'm on the road for a good 3 to 5 hours a night, depending on how big said papers are. I'm enjoying your deviating off topic, your special guests, the amount of professionalism blended with the lax talk, and AC's girlfriend rage every time you mention her. Tell her I said hi. I am fully caught up with your most recent episode, and I can't figure out why I've not been listening to these sooner. Now for my story, but we'll have to go back in time a little bit. TARDIS noise.
Rear. All right.
See, you got to talk.
Yep.
All right. 4 years ago, the radio in my Blazer died completely. Now I'm a fix-it kind of guy, but I had to remove the radio in these vehicles. It's a pain in the yay. Well, one day while driving home, I picked up an old desktop computer with all its goodies in a box. I noticed a pair of computer speakers, an actual good set too, and thought, hey, I have a power converter. I wonder. So I put each speaker in the corner of my dash, plugged them into my converter, and then connected my MP3 player into the audio jack. This guy in Alabama? Just kidding. These speakers are for 4 years had not, and I repeat, had not moved since. They are my source of my music, my radio, my MP3 player has the FM radio thingy on it, and whatever else you use them for. Now let's come back to the present. After starting to listen to your show, I was having a horrible time hearing Sandy. Like, at all. I could not hear him due to my speakers not being able to get extremely loud, and I had recently blown one of them from listening to Alex S.'s Party Like Pinky song, and because it was before Sandy got his new mic. I don't have a new mic. So I finally decided to replace the radios. Here's the problem. All my radios are buried in my 10-foot by 40-foot pole barn.
He might be in Alabama.
So I had to clean half it to get to my car radio so that I could install it. It took me 7 hours to do so. Next, after another 4 hours to install the radio, I realized I needed a cassette adapter to it, so that was buried in my bedroom. After another 3 hours, I finally found it and got my Blazer all set up and ready to go. So I sit here frothing at the mouth as I type this, but thanks to you guys at Bronyville, I have a working radio and I removed those horrible yellowing computer speakers after 4 years. I can now access half my barn, and my room was vacuumed for the first time in over a year. You have gotten this lazy American butt off his chair and actually got some yay done. Granted I do work and I'm not generally lazy, but my free time all I'm doing is pony stuff. And now for the important thing to mention. Whoever reads this, make sure to talk really loud, because I'm typing in all caps, so that means this is important. How can you all be so naive as to who is best pony? I mean, sure, all the main 6 and background ponies are awesome, but has no one made herself into a pony? An alicorn of all ponies. So, therefore, being the creator of their world and such, she deserves the title of best pony, and I will not accept any ifs, ands, or buts about it. On another note, I notice you guys enjoy having guests on. I'm not we'll talk him later about that. Also, if at all possible, I'd love you guys to give a shout out to Brony radio station by the name of True Brony Radio, hosted by DJ GLaDOS and his merry crew. I'm on there every so often. They play pony music nonstop until 7 p.m. Eastern time, to which they have a talk show in a sense. It's right now really informal and lax, but they get more listeners. They plan to kick it into high gear with a little help from myself. And they implies link, and there's another link, and the chat. They apparently have an RC chat room. If you have any questions, comments, or whatever, go there and yell at them because it's their station, not mine. I'm just trying to help them out as well as I'm passing the word of your podcast. And you guys, great job and keep up the amazing work. I don't normally listen to podcasts, but when I do, they are Bronyville podcasts. Stay pony, my friends. Your latest listener to join the in thing, Alex Griffin, aka Rub Kickran 53.
So how's that doing long emails thing faring you, huh? That backfire a little bit?
No, that's just fine.
It's just a long email. A good one there, Alex.
See, this is an episode where I get to talk a lot.
Me.
You get to talk.
Me. All right. Well, we got a lot to go through. First, I would first like to say it is terrible that Chef demeans the lovely citizens of Alabama as a native, as a pony born in the land of Alabama. I would like to state that I will humbly support my original homeland, even though I believe that they are weird people. Let's see, and
Roll Tide.
let's see. So, whoa, okay. Do you know what? That's a very dangerous thing to say, even in Alabama. Okay, it is.
I have no idea. I just
No, it's like okay. Quick Alabama story. It's either Roll Tide or War Eagle. That determine. To bring it into Skyrim, it's like being a battle bound, or it's like being one of the gray mains. You're part of that division. Gray mains or Auburn, battle bounds or University of Alabama. That's how it goes. So let's see. To kind of move in. Oh, what was that?
I am enlightened.
Yep. So let's see. As for Faust, Alicorn, yeah, she's got a nice little alicorn. If I was going to accept there to be any other alicorns in the show, I would accept that Faust is some sort of hidden alicorn out somewhere. So
I was so happy when she drew that for us.
That was very nice.
It was drawn as the cover image for the interview that Tech did.
Indeed.
And people are running with it ever since. It's a pretty well-designed pony. I like it a lot.
And let's see, True Brony Radio, link is in the notes. Good job for getting the speakers. I'm glad that our original bad audio quality caused you to actually get off your flank and do something. So,
good job. We're helping.
Yep, helping even though we didn't plan it. All right, Phoe, you want to go ahead and hit this last one? Look how small this one is. See, look, he's purposefully subjugating the two of us. Do you notice this?
Well, see, I was thinking of Phoe because she's very quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Aww.
Is she Assuage? I don't.
That's
important English lesson. Don't use words you don't know the meaning of.
Oh, I'm feeling very Assuage. Go ahead and keep going.
It's a verb. Hey, I love the show, and I noticed that Sakura was called the background pony in the latest episode. I don't think you can call her a background pony, as like Celestia, Trixie, and Big Mac, she has a canon personality, canon name, and fairly significant story impact. I'm not sure what they should be called, though. Secondary ponies? Supporting ponies? What do you think? P.S. Twilight is best pony, but Tabitha is best voice actress. I love her Rarity, Luna, Sakura, Granny Smith, and Photo Finish. Signed, Pretty from Finland.
You know what? I will agree with Tabitha St. Germain as being best voice actress. So
she is very good at.
She is very good. You know what? I'll give her just a slight edge over the voice actress for Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy, just because she does have that crazy range.
She's the Billy West of ponies.
Yeah, she's pretty amazing on that. Though, totally gets it right. Twilight is best pony. As for, you know what? Do we really need to have like another distinction between background and like secondary supporting? They're there. They're not the main six. You know, I would even call for shame. I would call the CMC's background. I would call any of them that haven't gotten their own like set significant amount of time on the air as background. Well, It doesn't matter if they talk or don't talk. It's just, that's my feeling. Whatever. How you feel, Chef?
I think that you're probably right. I mean, they're secondary ponies. I mean, since they have spoken, I think that's probably a fair statement. That, you know, the characters that are background ponies but have actually had dialogue and significant portions of an episode where they are doing stuff, like Zecora is now, you know, she's not just a one-off zebra. She's actually showed up at like, what, 4 episodes now?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean...
yeah.
But can't we just have background ponies that have talked and background ponies that have not talked?
People want to categorize things.
Seth calls them minor ponies.
Okay, that's fine too.
Sure, let's do that. And you know, I like Zecora has popped up more. I just I don't mind. They're all backgrounders to me. They're all secondary. You know what? They're all minor league. Step up your game. Come on,
all
huh?
right, then.
What? Huh? Okay.
The gauntlet has been thrown. Ponies of Ponyville. Will you step up?
Are you a bad enough dude? Did you have your own episode? So, there you go. All right, so I'll go ahead and take care of emails. Thank you very much for all of you for sending in emails. As said, you can send those across to bronyville@gmail.com. That'll take care of the email segment, which means that we have 2 more things to do. The first of those is our 5-star iTunes Bronies. Thank you all who have put in ratings, and please put in more ratings because we are currently at 330, and we want to see that higher. You know, how many did we say that This American Life had? They're only a little bit in front of us. What was it?
They only have, I think, like 14,000 or so.
All right, so we only have 1,100 to go. So if you guys could just do that over the weekend, just go ahead and rate it. Just keep hitting the 5-star button. You know, that's all we need to influence us and get us above This American Life. So, you know, I would highly appreciate that.
You're a math hero.
I know. So let's go ahead and do this. Much love is going across to K-Dashi, Starlithpia, Combat Flaps, Have a Life, Blarg Blarg 805, That One Guy Who Loves Wolves, Brandon Hinton, Namas, and Bananagram. Thank all of you for leaving us 5-star iTunes ratings. And also another benefit, if you donate to us, we'll read your name on the donation sheet that would be here, but nobody donated. So go ahead and secure yourself some buttons by giving us a $10 donation, please.
And now we go to the one cool thing.
That double fun, super awesome thing that you do that you should go check out because, you know, we've talked a lot this episode, but if you got to check out one thing this for any of that we've done, you should probably check out this one cool thing. I am going to bring you towards the Double Rainboom storyboard. Now, this isn't official. It's actually done by Flamingo 1986, who was the same guy who did the previous animation, the one with Present Prank. He's a SCAD student and pretty much created that great animation I think we featured a while back. But he has posted the entire storyboard of a little thing with, wait a second, Twilight Sparkle and Rainbow Dash. And seen together, the 2 best ponies? Oh no. So, you two can both check that out. It's actually really neat. It's cool to see like a storyboard in action. Of just like, and this will happen, and then she'll do this, and then this will turn, and this happen. You know, I like that. It looks like it's very fun, so I'm looking forward to it. That's a Double Rainboom featuring Trollface. All right, so that is my one cool thing. Go check it out. The link is in the show notes.
My one cool thing is actually an update from one that I mentioned a long time ago. Kiraspawn is a hard-working pony. When I mentioned it last, his soundboard had reached, I think, 3.0. It is now at version 7. And so also the Pony Sounds app on the iTunes Store is now updated to include some of the Season 2 clips from Return of Harmony 1 and 2. and less than 0. So they're slowly adding the stuff as it comes along, and I'm glad to see that it's still being worked on. Yeah. So you can, and as always, you can download the MP3s of all the individual voice clips, so you can have "the fun has been doubled" and "huzzah" for your text ringtone.
Yeah, they actually. I wondered. Check it, because last time we checked the other day, I wonder if there's an update on the iPhone app, because we were actually trying to find the fun has been doubled. I'm actually on it right now, and there's some of the really fun stuff, like my favorite.
We couldn't fit it all in.
I love that. It couldn't fit it all in one line. No, looks like the iPhone app hasn't been updated yet to include the...
No, the iPhone has included... it has Soren and some Spitfire, Blue Blood, Photo Finish. It has Discord on it. So, Brayburn with his taint fair. So there's the other ponies, and then like Zakora has gotten some more voice clips, it looks like, and Luna has not gotten anyone. So it's not necessarily fully updated. The iPhone one is not, but Curaspawn is pretty much on top of it and adding them as they go along. So.
Yes, we need to double the fun, or the button as I will push right now.
Ha-ha! The fun has been doubled!
That'll be on the recording. That's fun. All right, so that's cool. One very cool thing. I love these little soundboards. All right, closing it. Otherwise, I will keep clicking. Phoe. Oh no, Phoe.
I know I failed you. I can't come up with anything cool that you haven't already mentioned.
It's okay. We forgive you.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to save you, because I'm going to link that My Little Chubby's Tumblr.
Tumblr.
Yeah, you know what? That's fun enough to go ahead and list. So,
I didn't know the Tumblrs counted. Okay, let's go with that.
I shall save you.
Thank you, my savior.
All in a day's work.
Yes.
There you go. Go and have some chubby ponies. They're very cute. They're very cool.
Call on me whenever you need a favor.
All right, I'll hold you to that, Phoe. Phoe, post all of our stuff up on the webpage and take it over again. You owe me a favor.
A lot of work.
Yeah. It's like, make sure that they don't derp and post the wrong description again.
Wah.
Again.
I'll try to make sure the editing goes through this time.
Yeah, if you could make ours have a sparkly banner whenever it's posted, just kind of make ours flash colors whenever it gets posted on Equestria Daily, that'd be great.
Ooh, no. Blink tags. That's what we need.
There you go. If I could have a spinning GIF or a spinning JPEG or GIF, get a spinning GIF on there, one or two. Phones. We're doing a show, honey. Wow, that's one heck of a ringtone there, Sheffers.
Yes, it is.
I think Chef's going to be pulled away, so luckily we are at the end of the show, so we can go ahead and move forward from this.
Yep, move forward without me.
All right. Well, Chef's heading out. So let me go ahead and run through the all the basis. You can go ahead. Well, first off, I want to thank Phoe for jumping in on the show, kind of last minute there. Thank you very much for showing up.
You're welcome. I hope Serial doesn't kill me for this.
Nah, don't worry. If he does, then we'll take care of Serial then. Bleh. I want to thank Chef, who I don't know if he's there or not, for being on the show. He's probably off Donna's phone call land. And then I want to go ahead and thank all you really awesome fans for your emails, your love, your support. You keep us going and making the show every single week. So let's do the rundown. You can go ahead and find our show over at BronyShow.com. We have our all of our show notes. We have our lists. We have M writing articles, all that fun stuff. You can go ahead and do the Twitter. You can find me on Twitter as Bronyville. Chef, are you still there? No. You can find Chef as Chef Sandy on Twitter as well. You can also leave us an email. That'll be bronyville@gmail.com. We have our prospective meetup brew. That is the Bronies of Northern California. And you can find also the one for Chef, which is going to be North Texas Bronies. And then from there, let's see, I think that'll go ahead and do it. Go ahead and leave iTunes reviews, and please send a donation to us, and we'll give you buttons. So that'd be awesome. And that'll take care of our show. So thank you very much, and we'll go ahead and catch you next week. Sleep well, every pony. Adios.
Good night.
See